Hello students. So now today we'll continue lesson 7 cyber ethics. So today we will discuss about the topic open source licenses. Now see, open source licensing encourages the collaborative participation by allowing the third parties to study, use, easily modify and redistribute the source code. So this open source licensing helps the or invites the different organizations or different persons means the third parties to study the software, to use the software, to do the modification in the software, and they can distribute the source code. So this license is classified into two categories, namely the permissive licenses and the copyleft licenses. Now see, both are the open source license. Now in the permissive license comes under are the BSD Berkeley Software Distribution License. This is a permissive license. MIT gives the permissive license, that is the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Apache 2 software also have the permissive license. Now this is the copyleft licenses. GNU General Public Licenses including GPL or lesser GPL, which is called the LGPL. Second is the Mozilla Public License, Eclipse Public License, Common Development and Distribution License (CDDL). All these are the copyleft licenses. So, when the first computer specific statute was enacted in the form of Data Protection Act and in the German state of Hesse 1970. That was the world's first computer. Now, what is a trademark? Trademark is a logo or symbol which is printed on the commodities as the we are using the laptop of the HP, so HP is the trademark. The logo of the HP, these are trademark. So the validity period for a trademark is 7 years and it can be renewed. So the trademark can be valid for 7 years. After that, you have to for 7 years, and after the completion of the 7 years, you have to renew. You have to take its license again. Now see the permissive licenses. So this permissive license is simple and is the most basic type of the open source license. It provides the software check uses with no guarantees. It, however, requires the developers to acknowledge the author or contributor. So in the permissive license, in this permissive license is very simple license, and this what the you have to just only acknowledge means you have to mention the credits of the author or developer while using the if you are distributing the open source license. BSD license are a family of the permissive free software licenses. These impose minimal restrictions on the use and distribution of the software. So there is very less restrictions on the use and the distribution of the software on the BSD licenses. So what are the VSD licenses? So there are the three versions of the VSD licenses. First is the zero clause, second clause, or third clause. So see the zero clause license. So it is the latest of the BSD license, zero clause. It was published in 2006. It was initially approved under the name of Free Public License 1.0.0, or also called the zero clause BSD license. And this license gives the permission to use the software, copy the software, modify the software, distribute the software for any purpose with or without fees. Maybe one can charge the fees also, one cannot charge the fees. So the version of the BSD does not require you to include the copyright notice. So the this license or permissive license software does not include that you have to write the copyright notice in that. So so does not require you to include the copyright notices or license or disclaimer in either source or binary form. So no need to mention this or disclaimer or some other thing. Second class license, which is the simplified BSD license or also called the free BSD license. The difference between the second clause and the new BSD third clause license is that it omitted the non-endorsement clause and added a disclaimer about the views and opinions expressed in the software. Also, it is incompatible with the GNU GPL. So in this, you can add the disclaimer. You can write your the comment. You can write your opinion or views in the software. BSD3 license, which is the clause 3, the version permits the unlimited redistribution for any purpose as long as its copyright notices and the license disclaimer of the warranties are maintained. So in the BSD3 means that the license is given if there is the copyright notice of the open source software, so you can redistribute it unlimited times. So the version dropped advertising clause. In this version, you will not get a disclaimer or advertising clause from the previous version. In BSD2 clause 2 license you are getting, but in this BSD3 license it is omitted. And added the non-endorsement clause here, which restrict the to use the name of the contributors for the endorsement of a derived work without specific permission. So here you cannot use the name of the author or the contributors without their permission in the derived software which you have prepared with the help of the open source. So this is all for the today students. In the next class, we'll discuss about the MIT or the Apache license version 2.0. So this is all for today. Thank you for your kind attention.